As the country starts to slowly ease down some of the lockdown regulations, the coronavirus has pushed South African e-commerce forward many years in just a few months. This is according to a recent study by NielsenSA that reveals an increase in online shopping during the pandemic and how 37% of South Africans now say they shop more online than ever before. To speak to us more about this study and the role that smart technology plays in fast-forwarding e-commerce imagery and digital design, we joined via Skype from Cape Town by the founder of StudioKirmack, Craig Bellingham. Craig, very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
It's an absolute pleasure having you on the show this morning. How has the role that the lockdown has played in catalyzing the speeding up of digital purchasing?
In South Africa, obviously, we're always trying to benchmark ourselves to global trends. So globally, you can look at the numbers and the stats are quite astounding in terms of what the pandemic has done for businesses across various sectors. In South Africa, obviously, because we couldn't purchase a lot of the goods because of legislation, one could see that online groceries, for example, and the things that could be purchased by consumers, there's been a massive upswing. Since lockdown 3's come into effect, you look at brands like Massmart, for example, they've triple-digit growth in the last couple of weeks. So what's happening is that consumers are becoming much more comfortable with the online purchase and the whole process that's involved with it. And I think that trend is going to increase as consumers become more comfortable with technology in itself.
Now, Craig, we know that digital transformation is quite a huge conversation at the moment, and as it touches on how it's radically changing the way that online trading is being done. Talk to us more about this.
Well, online trading, I suppose, in its true sense of the word, is you go online and you find a product, you like it, you click on it, you buy it, and it arrives at your door. And a lot of consumers understand that process. If you look at global trends again, and obviously what brands are trying to achieve globally, and obviously what will start happening locally, is the omni-channel purchase becomes very important. So you buy online, you might want to return the product, or you want to collect the product at store, for example. So brands are becoming very aware that they need to increase what online purchase is about and its ability to keep and retain those clients and customers. So data mining, obviously, in terms of if I buy a jersey this year, next winter, they need to know who's obviously bought those jerseys. And if I buy a product, can I return it? And obviously, a lot of brands are now offering this click and collect offer. And what you'll start seeing is trends as well, where you can actually almost purchase online, and curbside collection will start becoming quite preeminent. An important factor in online purchases. So it won't just be about buying online and arriving at your door. It'll be about buying online and its ability then for you as a consumer to interact with your brands in different and engaging ways.
Yeah. And there's been an almost immediate shift from the traditional methods of business and retail to a world that is completely online. So how is this hurting the traditional way of shopping and retail?
I think it's too early to say what the overall impact will be. If you look at brands like Zara, for example, globally at 1,200 stores worldwide, but the reality is stores closed need to be made. The revenue needs to be made up somewhere else. So obviously that revenue will come through in online. Obviously, an online strategy becomes such a critical part of every business. As part of its omni-channel. And obviously, as stores not necessarily close, but obviously it's important that brands realize that online and retail become more in synergy with each other to allow brands to grow their business.
And the research by NielsenSA also shows that customers remember 80% of what they see and about 20% of what they actually read. Why is this the case, though?
Well, as humans, we're a visual species. You know, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And the reality is that 90% in the online environment, 90% of consumers want great photography. That is the reason why they buy online. So obviously, us as a business, we recognize that as almost the most important part of the online purchase process. And the technology that we've put in place here obviously helps brands, large and small, achieve those results for their products. So obviously to try and minimize returns, because the photography and the content that's created is that good.
Okay, makes perfect sense. Thanks for that, Craig. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
That's the founder of StudioKirmack, Craig Bellingham, and he's been speaking to us about a recent study by NielsenSA that reveals the surge in online shopping post the coronavirus pandemic. Let's go for coffee.